Hi YouTube, this is Brittany aka Brit Inspires, and welcome to another episode of just inspiration and bringing peace and joy and just kind of sharing whatever I'm learning on my journey with you guys. And if you're new to this channel is all about inspiration. It's all about inspiring you to be at your best, to operate in your best, and to really pursue the things that you are desiring to pursue and living the life that you desire and really reaching new heights. So today this video is really going to be about stepping into your mission. I'm in a season in my life where I feel like everything's being revealed to me about like what I need to be doing and how I need to be working at my projects and how to forward them and get them moving to the level that they need to be at. And I just want to talk to you guys about the different elements and the different ways that we all could just really focus in on the things that we're supposed to be doing. So a little bit about me. I am a solo entrepreneur. I started a subscription box business called Inspiration Cups. It is a coffee business, and it has journals, planners, as well as coffee and different inspirational items that come inside the box. It's perfect for gift boxing. So if you have like a friend or someone that you know is really into motivation, or maybe they need some motivation, it's a perfect box for like the morning routine and then just helping them reach their goals. It comes with this 90-day planner, which is my favorite because it really helps to plan. It's a 90-day action planner. It really helps to plan out your next 90 days and to be as efficient as you can be. So it's really in alignment with who I am. I'm all about inspiring people to live in their best possible self. And so I talk a lot about the different identities that we operate in, and we have our true self and we have our false self. And so a lot of times we can get caught in our false self, which is really rooted inside the ego and pride and different things like that. And that's why the Bible says a fall comes before pride, and that's very true. So one thing I want to talk to you guys about is how to step into your mission and how to put your pride aside. Now, this is something that I am continuously having to work on. I feel like pride actually steps in the way of your progression forward. Because you have pride, you tend to be haughty and a little bit consumed in self, to where it's hard for you to take action and do the things that you're supposed to be doing because you're thinking of yourself so highly or so much in this prideful mindset that it's hard for you to do the things that causes you to be a bit humble. And when it comes to business or any kind of like project that you're creating, there's humble steps that you have to take before you get those steps that are full of praise. So what do I mean? Like doing little things like putting together say you're reaching out and doing sales calls or you're marketing your business. A lot of times pride and ego can step in the way of you actually doing that kind of work and putting yourself out there, because you're thinking, one thing that I've done is that you're overthinking how people might perceive you, or maybe you're overthinking about like the reaction you're gonna get from people. Posting YouTube videos or posting content about what you're doing, sometimes your ego and your pride could get in the way of that because you're overthinking like, well, how's this gonna be perceived? How is it gonna look on the other end? And so what you have to do and what you want to do is really put your ego and your pride aside. And I'm going to talk a little bit about how to do that in this video and what I've done that has helped me put my ego and my pride aside and really step into purpose more and more and more. So what is the biggest thing that stops people? It is definitely fear. Fear stops people dead in their tracks. There's so many things that we can develop a fear of, and in the development of fear, it causes stagnation. It causes you not to be in your momentum anymore because you're so fearful, or you're so you have so much angst about what you're going to do and how you're going to do it, and so you stay in a cycle of not really taking any real good significant action. So what I've learned when it comes to fear is recognizing fear is false evidence appearing real. It truly is. It's not real. And I think it's all in our minds, what we create in our minds, how people perceive us or how things are going to actually turn out. It's all in our minds. We get so caught up in this theme that we create illusions and stories in our mind that's not true. It's an illusion. It's a movie that you put together, a film that you're playing in your mind that's not real. And once you realize that that film is not real and that people really aren't thinking or assuming things about you as much as you think they are. They're actually more focused on their own personal life and their own personal endeavors and reaching the goals that they want to reach. If they do think about you, it's only for a period of time and then it's moving on. It's that part. So letting go of the fear, completely letting go of the fear of the future, regret from the past, just completely freeing yourself from both angles, because we're human. We all make mistakes. We all head in directions where we're like, oh wait, maybe I should have thought about that a little better before I took action. So don't be afraid to make mistakes, because mistakes are really the greatest teachers. Experience is the greatest teacher, and that's something that I learned being a perfectionist and wanting to always do things the right, correct way. Whenever I make a mistake, I'm really hard on myself and I give myself a really hard time, but I had to be more graceful with myself and understanding that I'm human and I'm learning and I'm trying to figure this thing out like everybody else is. And I'm just sharing my experience, and that's okay. So be graceful with yourself and allow yourself to let the past go and to look forward to the future in excitement and not fear. Like really relinquish that fear, because that fear will stagnate you and paralyze you and have you in analysis paralysis, overthinking the process and not really taking the action necessary to be great. So that's one, letting go of fear. Another way to really get out of your ego is to take action. That thing that you're overthinking, the action that you need to take, that you're like, oh man, I don't want to take this because I don't want to be embarrassed, or I don't want people to think this about me, or I don't want this and this and that. Just take the action. Just do it. Just do it. Do it anyways. Just get into the flow and do it anyways. Even if it scares you, even if it makes you feel uneasy, take action. Don't be afraid to look bad. Don't be afraid to be misinterpreted or judged by your actions. Just do what you need to do to go forward, because that's gonna help somebody. We may not okay, here's the thing that I had to learn. You may not resonate with everybody. I may not resonate with everybody, and that is okay. Don't try to get everyone to be on your side. Not everyone's going to see your viewpoint. Not everyone's going to agree with your viewpoints. Not everyone is going to resonate with your story. But you want to be someone who at least puts it out there for those who are resonating with you, for those who are getting inspired by your action and your work that you're doing. So letting go of that fear, taking action, even when it's scary, even when you feel like you're going to be misunderstood, just do it anyways. Just go forward anyways. So you got to let go of the fear. You got to take action. That helps to really put the ego into subjection. So you have to put your ego in check every single day. That's what I think it means when it says die daily to yourself. You have to die daily to your ego. You got to die daily to your pride. You got to let that go every single day, because it tries to sneak up and wedge its way into your thoughts, wedge its way into your life. The third thing I would say is really control your thoughts. This is one that I'm always like, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to pray without ceasing in order to keep my thoughts positive, because sometimes my thoughts go in so many different places and I'm like, really, Brittany? Like, why are you allowing your thoughts to go here? So if you're having thought forms that are coming to your mind that is not in alignment with who you're becoming and who you want to be and who you are, then you have to discard those thoughts. You have to really align yourself with your truth, so much so that those negative thought forms can't infiltrate your mind. They can't come in and tell you, oh, you're never going to be anything, or oh, this person thinks this about you, or whatever. You got to let that go. You got to really be at peace with your truth and stand firm in it and walk in it and believe in it and just continue to move forward in grace. So guarding your mind, guarding your heart, guarding your thoughts, using discernment with every thought that comes to your mind, every idea that is presented to you. And remember this, I'm going to go a little bit deeper on it, but what you listen to, what you watch on TV, who you talk to, who you're around, what books you're reading, where you're putting yourself as far as environmental, all influences your thoughts. So if you hang out with certain energies and certain people and you're around certain things, it's going to influence the way that you think. It's going to influence the way that you see the world around you. So just be mindful of what you're watching on TV. Like I was watching, I just started watching this one TV show, and it really was interesting and really good. But I noticed certain things, like it was triggering certain old thought forms that I had about situations, and I had to really check myself and say, wait a minute, like this is not who I want to, this is not where I want my thoughts to be. This is not how I want to see the world. This is not how I want to experience life. And so that was something that I had to like really evaluate and use discernment. And even though it's fun and entertaining, step back from it and say, you know what, that's not where I want to be right now. That's not the thought form that I want to have for myself or to project on anybody else. So there's that, really watch and guard your heart and your mind, what you're eating, all those different things play a part in it. But another thing I'm going to say, this last one, and this is just really stay in the spirit. Like, stay connected with your higher self, stay connected with God, stay connected with the best version of yourself, and know that trust that that's leading you into the direction that you need to be, even when it's uncomfortable and scary and sometimes feels alone, like lonely. You're never ever alone, truly. Like, you have a connection with God, with source, that is so deep that you're never truly alone. You came into this earth like, oh yeah, I came into this earth alone, on my dad alone. No, really, you go through this whole life truly in your own being. And so when you understand that every person in your life is a gift from God, is a blessing, even the ones that you feel are like against what you're trying to do, they're teaching you lessons. So every man is a chain to my good. You are learning from every person that comes into your life. They're teaching you something. And to remember that nobody could do you good or do you harm. It's not like that. It's really just you control the story. Everyone is playing a part in your life. You're the main character. As the main character, you're going to learn from the characters around you as you recreate the story, as you write out a new story, or reconstruct an existing story. You're the main character. So create it how you wish to create it. Move the needle how you wish to move the needle. And just understand that everyone's teaching you a lesson. Life is about lessons. It's about love, and it's about gratitude. So be grateful for the experiences that you've had with people. Be grateful for the experience that you're having with them now, and also allow them to teach you the lessons that you need to learn. And don't have a hurtful or resentful heart towards any situation, because it's always going to be a blessing unto you to grow and become the person that you're becoming. It's a blessing. So those are just some words of wisdom that I had to remind myself of and really help myself really get grounded. And when in my time of prayer, my time of seeking after like guidance, that's what kind of resonated with me. That's what came to my spirit that I wanted to share with you guys. And then when you have an idea, when you have something that you want to create it. Go forth, do it. You were chosen. You were chosen to bring this thought, this idea, this inspiration to life. So don't sit on it. Bring it to life. Give it life. That's going to give you life and others life. And that's just a cycle that you want to continue to expound upon. So that's my bit for today. I just wanted to jump on and share with you guys what was on my heart. It's all about putting the ego aside, putting your pride aside, and stepping into purpose, stepping into your calling, stepping into your mission, and being so serious about it, being so passionate about it, that great things come from it. And just know that every season isn't going to be happy season. Some seasons are going to be dark, but you need those dark seasons to make you great. It is in those darkest seasons that your light begins to shine the most. So if you're in a season of darkness, a season of maybe depression and sadness and kind of feeling some kind of heavy emotion, which I, being full transparent, I go through those emotions. I've felt those emotions. I've had days like that. And it just teaches you so much when you have to persevere through those seasons, and knowing that your light still has to shine. You still want to allow your light to shine even in those darkest days. You cannot have light without darkness. So I wish you guys a peaceful Sunday, peaceful day, full of joy, full of happiness. Stay encouraged, stay uplifted, continue to seek out the most inspirational content that's going to keep you moving forward in your endeavors. And thank you for watching. I am grateful for your time. Have a blessed rest of the day.